These are the Greg King Chronicles. It's Thursday, August 18th, 2011. Today I thought I was going to spend some time talking about the health and education crisis here in the U.S. Looking at the healthcare blog at The Hill, thehill.com, President Obama called a science fair at the White House in 2010 to bring more attention to the fact that Americans aren't performing up to par compared to other countries in math and sciences. Um, and I'm drawing attention to this today because yesterday I dropped a class, a physical assessment class, in my graduate program. I was only registered for 7 classes this summer, and this was 3 of them, so it was almost half of the credits I'm taking for the summer. I'm not getting a refund for the class unless um, some miracle happens. Um, and I dropped the class because it just didn't make sense. Um, the professor was not adhering to school policy as far as breaks. We get breaks um, every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes every hour. Um, and we just weren't getting break time. Students were nervous about getting up to use the bathroom. He was writing things on the chalkboard that didn't make sense. His lectures were not linear. He didn't follow the syllabus, and he put things on the test that he didn't even discuss in class. I dropped the class in the middle of a test. Um, we were talking about life and death issues, and we're learning how to assess life and death issues. And I wasted $1,000 for the class when the professor was not performing up to par. But I wasn't going to waste my time and be convinced that somehow a miracle is going to happen in the second half of the class and I'll gain all the skills that I didn't gain the first half of the class. So I wanted to make a statement about that. Um, I guess this is um, banter about it. Um, but it also like brings into reflection for me this summer. This has been a very rejuvenating summer for me. I've been more methodical and intentional thinking about my diet, how I spend my time, how I spend my money, how I manage my resources, and I'm learning how to be more and more effective in how I live. And it also makes me just want to slow down. Like, I think that America operates off of this kind of fast food culture mindset about everything. So I had all these great ideas like, yes, I am going to start a martial arts school, but maybe it might be better to focus on being a medical student and not focus on trying to open in October or November and then being upset if my goals aren't met, but maybe giving myself an extra 3 months of planning time. So I'm also considering that so that I can be more intentional about being a student and really prepare myself to be able to treat people professionally as a clinician in the program that I'm studying while I look at kind of my life goals, not just my goals for the next 6 months, but the goals for the next year, and really take apart my business plan from that perspective, take apart my academic plan from that perspective, and just be more intentional about everything and every aspect of how I live and more focused on the here and now and the context that I'm living in. We live in a culture where we're not performing up to par in math and sciences. We live in a culture where there is a shortage of healthcare workers. We live in a culture where everyone is stressed out and feels the strain from the current economical context that we're living in. We live in a culture where people are locked behind doors and behind screens all the time. And I need to really think about how I can best pull it all apart and meaningfully engage with it all in the best way for me and the best way for any social environment or any individual I would encounter. Deep thoughts. Thanks for watching.